It's just
Real nice.
real nice.
Welcome to Marley Station in Glen Burnie, Maryland, a true neon paradise. This mall has been on my bucket list for quite some time. Well, ever since I saw Dan Bell's video. He lives in the Baltimore area not too far from here. I really wanted to see this place at night, but unfortunately being mid-July, it doesn't get dark until around 9 p.m., and with the current situation and the pandemic BS, most malls close at around 7 p.m. now, so, I wasn't able to be there when it was dark. But I guess that's not a total loss because we can still see most of the neon, and I'm so glad that it was all intact and in working order and on, because I thought it might be off during the day. But, there's plenty of videos of people exploring this place at night, showing off the neon and whatnot. I don't think there's a single video of this place during the daytime, so I guess there's that. This mall was part of a week-long trip I took from Washington, D.C. all the way up to Boston, Massachusetts, and then back through Pennsylvania to Ohio. I was a little concerned that I might not make it to some of these malls and Kmarts because a lot of the states and cities had mandatory 2-week quarantines that were in effect. But I wasn't going to let that stop me. No 2-week quarantines for me. I was going to get in, get my footage, get out, and keep moving. I just had to document these places before they were gone. With COVID-19 sending retail into a death spiral, who knows how long they'd still be around. I really liked this mural in front of this store. It's a really clever way of covering up an obviously empty anchor. This was the only wing of the mall where I noticed tons of empty stores, and I'm sure that's due to the lack of an anchor. Welcome to the center court with its warm, inviting skylights and cool blue neon tubes. This place was amazing. Even the elevator is riding the neon train. Marley Station had a successful run up until about the 2000s, and then it began to fail. Well, new owners have come in since then, and they're doing a fantastic job trying to revive this place. All the neon tubes are in working order and lit during the day. And I've noticed that there's really only the one wing that has missing stores. We'll get into the history on this place a little bit later on in the video, but I wanted to talk about this Sears, because it's not that this Sears was special or anything, it looked like any other ordinary Sears, but I just had an amazing experience in here. So a big shout out to all the staff that works at this Sears here at the Marley Station. Thank you for making my experience so magical, and for helping me to preserve this Sears right down to every little detail. So how often do you get invited into an auto center? Not very often, and especially a Sears one, so thank you again to the staff. So let's take a look at the Macy's now, and I'll go over some of the mall's history. Marley Station would start construction in 1985, but it wasn't without its problems. A body was discovered in a trash can on the site, which wasn't identified until 2019. The mall would be completed in 1987 by the Tubman Centers. It would include 2 anchors, Hetch's and a Macy's. JCPenney, a third anchor, would be added to the mall in 1994. And then 2 years later, Sears would be added, bringing the total anchors to 4. 2006 would see the relocation of the Macy's to the Hetch building. The former Macy's would then be converted into a Boscov's that would operate for 2 years before closing in 2008. Tubman, the original owners of the mall, would sell out to the Mills Corporation, which later became a part of Simon Property Group. This is where things got real bad, as occupancy rates would dip down to 44%. The mall would bounce in and out of bankruptcy and from one owner to the next until 2016, when G.L. Harris would take ownership of the mall. And I think this mall owner really tried. They really tried to bring the mall back to its former glory. Well, you see, that is until a little known thing called the coronavirus pandemic came along and caused them to have to sell the mall. September 14th of 2020 would see the mall back on the market for a sale price of $1.6 million, along with at least $15 million in existing debt. So who knows, with the current way that things are going in the retail sector today and with the current status of the pandemic causing retail to collapse, I don't know, is this mall going to make a comeback or is it destined for the wrecking ball? Let's take a listen to the sounds of the Marley Station Mall and this Macy's.
Per CDC guidelines, we've increased the cleaning of high traffic areas and hard surfaces throughout the store and are abiding by the government order asking all customers to wear a face mask when shopping with us. Thank you for shopping with us today, and we'll see you back here soon or at Macy's.com.
No, they said they're ready.
Thanks for coming along with me as we took a look at the Marley Station here in Glen Burnie, Maryland. If you'd like to see more content, then check out the links on the screen. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another episode of Urbex.